Let me put you on game. Don't listen to people who lose or you'll do the same. Stop talking to people who don't give a fuck what you saying. Stop spending your money on weed, go hop on a plane. Stop pointing the finger and start taking some of the blame. Let me put you on game. The money is up and it's down, it's just how it goes. Everyone's going through something that nobody knows. Relax, stay in your lane, leave people alone.
Hello, everyone. This is our first episode of Undigested, the show about nothing. We've got Chad DeMarco and Mr. SaintVon up in here for our first episode. But I do want to introduce our host real quick. You got Fully Pickled over here, the original founder and COO of Meme NFT. You got your boy Fullyvoxxed, the CEO of Meme NFT. Man, let's get this started. First episode. This is crazy, guys. We definitely wanted to pick you guys for the first one because you guys are the homies and you're just real ass people. And want to talk to you guys, right? So we've got Chad DeMarco, songwriter, artist, business owner, project owner, builder, anything under the sun, right? This guy does it all. We got SaintVon here. He's got over 650K followers on TikTok with 4.5 million likes across all of his videos. And he's commissioned art for renowned celebrities like Travis Barker and Kourtney Kardashian. Real quick, guys, I just want to say, welcome yourselves here. Say hi to everybody. Tell us a little bit about yourselves.
What's good?
What's going on, gentlemen? How are we doing today?
We're just chilling. We're confused where to look. I think we got to look that way.
Yeah, you got to look at us, bro.
Yeah, you should look it up.
So you can,
I gotta talk about how long it took us to pick this up, right? Like we've been setting this up all day. You see how pretty his room is right there?
Yeah.
You're only getting half of it right
my
now.
room's always this pretty, actually. So.
Yeah, he built it from the floor up just for the episode. But no, dude, we're stoked to have you guys here. I mean, I've been trying to chat with SaintVon for a bit. Obviously, got introduced to SaintVon through Chad DeMarco, who's the founder of Wedripz and founder of multiple other sold-out collections. But something we don't know is that Chad DeMarco and SaintVon go a little bit of a ways back. It's not just through these projects. So we were hoping to kind of find out where it got started for you guys, what got you guys working together, and what led into ultimately doing the Wedripz collection.
Huh. Actually, I'm not quite sure how the fuck we met. How did we meet?
All right. Yeah, I kind of was like, oh shit. Yeah.
I'm thinking like Billy and then the freaking the what are those little Cuban kids called?
Del Campo.
The little Cuban kids.
Oh,
Yeah.
And they're heavily pushing on you too.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they're cool.
But that's how we met, and then we started.
All you had to say was the Cubans. We figured out what you meant from there. It's
Oh,
okay. We got you.
Yeah.
When was this? When did you guys meet? Like how long ago?
Is that like middle school? Or was
Damn.
It was like end of middle school.
Middle school. That's what I'm talking about. Middle school homies,
So,
man.
we started actually like once we got our cars, our first cars. and started,
Yeah.
which was like freshman year, and like.
Yeah. We was rocking whips and shit. I had this little shitty white Jetta and then I fucking crashed it.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
Remember that?
the first crash.
Yeah, bro. I was like looking at some chicks, bro. Like freaking on my
Dude,
way. I'm telling you, bro,
I've done that, bro. I've literally done that.
I was on my way to get like some candy before school because I used to
Oh
hustle,
yeah.
I used to hustle candy, bro. Like freaking, I'd buy a bunch of candy and I'd be in class selling that shit for like
Yeah.
50 cents.
7-Eleven or what?
Twizzlers?
Bro, yeah, and all kinds of stuff like freaking the little small Snickers, like the huge bags, right? I'd get that. I'd get like a variety pack of like I would kind of know what people liked, and I'd go spend like $15 on that shit,
Bro, I
bro.
did not know that.
Dude, I used to
Yeah.
cake out like.
Dude, candy hustling's a thing in California, bro. Like all my friends, like I had there was like multiple Hispanic chicks selling Mexican candy in like junior high school. Like, dude, that was the gambit back then. That and cigarettes, but
How do you know you were a born entrepreneur when you sell candy in middle school? I love that. I had a buddy that did that, and I always like envied him a little bit because like I don't think my parents would have liked that, so I didn't do that. But like he would always go to 7-Eleven in the morning. He'd come to school and sell us all candy and shit. I'd be the one buying it. I'm like, hell yeah, like
Oh,
give me some combos, bro.
Facts, though. I'm telling you, bro. I used to make so much bread. Imagine buying
Yeah,
the whole thing, and then some people that you don't like, you're like, yo, $1, and they're
yeah.
over there fiending because your teacher won't let them go get a fucking snack. You got all this shit on deck in your backpack, and
What you want? I
Yeah,
got
bro,
warheads,
like-
warheads.
no, I didn't have no warheads.
Sour Patch.
I would have like the Swedish fish, like the little pack of those. Like I'd have all kinds of shit. Especially when Halloween came around, I would stock the fuck up. Like my whole closet would be full.
Oh my god, that's great. That's the early entrepreneur right there, which honestly kind of built the foundation for what you're doing now, being your own boss, man. I know you got the events company that you do. You throw events for a living, and then you've got the NFT projects. Which one thing I wanted to highlight was something you guys did together was the Trust Me Vodka collaboration and SaintVon doing the artwork on those boxes there behind you. You want to show us one of them boxes real quick? That shit looks hot back there.
One of these, there's a bunch of them right here, like a whole pile of them.
Yeah, you guys just got done. So wait, so
Bring it up.
really quick, let's back up a little bit. Let's talk about where the bottles came, the Artist Series box. And SaintVon's been here all day signing, so this is more than just like let's pop it out and show it.
It's crazy because a part of that story, he was here earlier. Trey Johnson, it's my buddy. I met him through a longtime friend, Michael Milton, and when I moved out here and I came back, I moved out towards the coast. I came from the Inland Empire and I moved to Vista, and that was like closer to the beach than I've ever been before. So I was like, yo, this shit's dope, man. And we would drive to the beach all the time and we go running. And then I finally moved to Encinitas because this dude was like, yo, pull up, bro. So I freaking Airbnb'd a pad for a month, bro. Like a month, like just one room. And that shit was like crazy expensive. I got there. Yeah, I got there and I was like, fuck, this is like, people are different out here. Like, they're smart, they're intelligent, and like they're nice, you know, like maybe not everyone because I am all tattooed up and stuff, but like, yo, once they start conversing with me and they're like, yo, this dude knows his shit, he's not just some ghetto ass kid. And and then I met fucking Trey and he was like, bro, you want to go surfing? And I ain't never been surfing, but I like fucking sports and shit. And he was like, bro, don't even trip, it's gonna be fine, you'll be okay, bro. I'm gonna take you out on these little baby waves. This fool takes me out on some massive ass waves, dude. Yeah, it almost kills me. But now we surf all the time. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Dude,
but
I miss surfing.
But Trey, so I made this song called Head Case. And Trey was playing it in the car one night and someone overheard it and they were like, yo, who the hell is this? And he was like, that's my boy, Chad. And they were like, dude, where the fuck do you get this music? Like he raps like this for reals? And he was like, yeah, bro, he's got all kinds of tracks. And I guess he showed it to it was a girl showed it to her other buddy, which ended up being one of the heavy investors in Trust Me Vodka. And long story short, I fucking shot a music video with Trust Me Vodka. They freaking gave me their helicopter. They pulled out a private jet. Freaking
sick too. It's sick.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I remember that. I was there.
Yeah, and then and feel like I wanted to pump my boy up, and this is before Wedripz came along. I was like, fuck. I was like, yo, SaintVon. I was like, I need to wear some of your clothes in this shit. Let's get your fucking SB out there. Because we thought we was going to blow this shit up, right? And video is fucking dope, man. It still has the potential to blow the hell up. We shot the video. I was rocking all SaintVon clothes. It was like 5 different clips. We went from like the airport. I went up in the helicopter, this whole 9. Yeah, but I was already in NFTs this whole time, but you didn't know, right? I was invested in NFTs.
You were just more like trading though at that time, right? And kind of like getting your feet wet.
Yeah, because I got into NFTs because of shit tokens, but this one project I got in because of my boy. He like lured me in and freaking talked me in there, and he was like, bro, this shit's gonna go to Pluto.
Is that the one guy?
That's how we got into NFTs too.
Yeah. But yeah, we're not gonna talk about that one guy. I said his name too. But no, so my other boy, he brought me into NFTs, and yeah, bro, I was like fucking flipping. I was making some bread at the time too, but then I got into this one project. I won't say the name of it, but yeah, it was this founder dude. He freaking was like a wordsmith, bro. Like he laid it down, and dude, I should have fucking knew. He wasn't doxxed or anything. Nobody knew who he was. He would just come in the Discord and talk like fucking every once in a while, like barely ever be there, and just tell us about what they're building, and like never seen any real type of proof to it. And yo, fucking, they disappeared one day, and I'm like 55 or 60K invested into this shit, right? So long story short, bro, I fucking got rugged for hella money, bro. I couldn't afford to lose that money, but like it's okay. I made it right back, but like it was a fucking learning experience, dude.
For sure it is.
Yeah. And that's when I was like, fuck, I want to create a fucking project now. I'm like, yo, I could do this shit. I was like busy and stuff, but like I was like, I want to create a fucking project. So I'm like over there like, oh dude, I'm gonna do this shit. I fucking started doing my own Twitter spaces talking about I'm gonna build this fucking project. It's gonna be legit, like, cause like I'm a hard fucking worker and I believed in what I was gonna do. And then I was like, who the fuck am I gonna get to draw this shit? And I'm just like, cause I'm like, I wasn't good at digital art then. Like, I was just pen on paper type. And I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, who the fuck do I know that's an artist? And I'm like fucking on my Instagram one night, and fucking SaintVon has like one of his posts up, and I'm like, oh my god, how did I not fucking think of that? But I call him by his real name. I won't say it on here though.
Right.
Hey guys, that song he was talking about, we're gonna play it right now. It's called Head Case. Check it out.
She just want a model in Balenci's. Proud of bad wearing Fendi in a Benzie. Drop top at the pop-up, eating lobster. Had a smirk on her face, got it knocked off. Never knew I was sick like this. I've been like this. The kid really spit like this. All my boys with it, they smoking them bells. Showing for money, that Robert De Niro.
That's cool, man. So that's how you got with SaintVon, and so SaintVon did the artwork on the Wedripz collection, yeah?
It's crazy because like when Chad was reaching out to me to do the artwork, I got reached out like a week prior to that by like a famous makeup artist, right? And then I'll talk about, I'm not gonna name drop because you know I'm not getting paid for that, you know.
Damn, I wish that was my issue. Like,
you look at her profile, she got like 4 million.
yeah,
you know,
for sure.
okay, her credentials are there. All right, cool. So she says, hey, I'll pay you so and so. Just do this line of NFT, like make up like an NFT line. I was like, all right, cool. Let me get to work. She's like, well, there's gonna be guidelines. I want it to be makeup related. I want it to be cute and fuzzy and this and that. I'm like, just straight up like a rule book. And I'm like,
But did you know that? Because like when I talked to you, and you like I first asked you, you were like, well, I'm supposed to be doing it with this other influencer chick, so like I'm gonna see what's going on over there. And then you called me and you were like, yo, fuck that.
yeah, I don't like that. I like to have full creativity. Like,
Oh, for sure.
art is art. You know what I mean? Like, get down and do your thing and have your own style. And I was like, all right, cool. But the thing about it was like, oh, like she's shooting like contracts and stuff like this and saying like, oh, like you're gonna get this percentage of that. And then like I was like, all right, cool, like I guess. And then at the end she's like, but these are your guidelines,
right?
You know? Like, I was like, no, I don't want.
She laid down the law.
Question.
Yeah.
Is it okay to have like, hey, this is what the theme I want, but it's up to you on what it looks like? Like, is that normally what you would go off of? Like, how did Chad approach you with the Wedripz collection?
Oh yeah, that is definitely okay to have that, but not to be like change up your whole style and do it this way.
Right.
Like, yeah, like Chad was like, all right, I love your style, dude. Like, do your thing, but just have the the image facing this way or something like that. Like guidelines like that. But like
minor altercations.
Yeah, but as far as creativity, it was all me. You know what I mean? Like you can do whatever you want. That's why I liked it.
Yeah.
Like, all right, cool.
Yeah, I think it's important, like, and for people watching this, like, if you commission an artist for something, like, don't limit them. You reached out to them for a reason.
Right.
Their creativity shouldn't be limited. Like, and I like that you're saying that, because for someone to tell you how to create your art when they're not even an artist is kind of like a slap in the face. It's like, look, I do this for me. I do this the way I like to do it. Like, yeah, you can give me one or two things how you want it to be like or whatnot, but don't be telling me it's got to be like this, it's got to be like that, it's got to be like this. Like, then that just takes the whole creativity from you as an artist, because you have your certain style. Like everything I see, like with the Wedripz and the stuff you've done outside of that, like I see you have a certain style, like the Bobby's World painting back there, the Bart Simpson, like you have that style that portrays throughout your art, which is, I believe, what we love it for, right? So like for me, if I was ever to commission you for something, I would be like, you know what? I want it to be something about trains. Do whatever the fuck you want.
yeah.
So I mean, so let's talk about the Wedripz collection really quick. So let's talk about the supply. Let's talk about, you minted it out. I know you went to as another chain, but let's talk about the art side from that really quick. SaintVon, what was that art like for you over there? It's inspired by a lot of like 90s cartoons and stuff we're familiar with, but you want to give us a little breakdown of what people can expect if they check out the Wedripz collection?
Yeah, definitely. It was like, well, pretty much like the whole like creation of it was based off of like all the classics I grew up with, and like just bringing that vibe to the blockchain pretty much, and like getting everyone like involved in like how I feel like it should be looked at, you know what I mean? Like just kind of relating with the artist, like, and that's what I was trying to bring to the table, and that's what we did. So yeah,
I mean, you guys definitely, I feel like that the thing that you really have going for you, Vaughn, I feel like is that nostalgia, especially for people that grew up in kind of our era. All those cartoons, like I have my Dexter's Laboratory OG, and I love that.
I have to, you said Dexter's Laboratory, right? I had no fucking clue what that guy was, bro, for the longest time. And I'm over here calling it Guy and shit. I'm like, yo, that's
Oh my god.
what cartoon character that is. I'm like, that's Guy, right?
This
And I'm
guy.
looking at it one night. I even texted him, and he forgot what it was. He was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you talking about Dexter's Laboratory?
Yeah, the Dexter's Laboratory one.
Hey, I was gonna say something before you moved on too. What got me hooked on it originally when I met Chad in the spaces at one point. I don't even remember, dude. I just remembered you came into a space we were doing and you had the Mega Man Wedripz.
Oh yeah, that one was so sick.
Bro, like Mega Man was my favorite. So like you said, the nostalgia,
Mhm.
that's what I really like. And I think, you know, you guys portrayed that a lot with a lot of the artwork you're doing in your collections. When St. Bob's evolved, there's a lot of nostalgia with it, which is absolutely amazing. I'm a huge fan of that Bart Simpson painting that went out to the Banksy community recently. That one right there is one of my favorite paintings I've seen you do, along with that Bobby's World one you guys got right
Yeah, the
behind
Bobby's
you.
World is sick. Oh, let's look at the bottle here. So, we'll do at the end of this. We'll have you do a couple stills and shit of that. But yeah, that bottle looks amazing.
QR code on the back, ready
Yeah.
for full bottle launch. Who knows if that's gonna happen, but maybe.
Dude, that bottle is freaking
Dang.
fire right there, man.
Man,
Fire.
sick.
The best thing about like the art though, like you guys said, like, oh, like Bobby's World's your favorite, and like my personal favorites are Bobby's World. I did like a Pinky in the Brain. I did like the Bart one that you saw. But the best and most satisfying parts are when like the creators of those cartoons and the people that actually like do the voices of those shows, they comment on your content. They say, "Yo, I need this."
Right.
You're like fully satisfied at that point. You're like, "All right, dope." Like, I'm talking about today. Like,
Oh, tell him. Yesterday,
just
yesterday in the Twitter space, you called.
what
it
did I
too.
say? Yeah, I
You
said, guys,
guaranteed.
I guarantee you guys, when I post this Bobby's World piece, now I'm just manifesting this, all right?
Right.
I'm like,
Yeah, you
guys,
got it.
I'm gonna post this Bobby's World piece, and I guarantee you, Howie Mandel, the voice of Bobby's World, he's gonna see it, and he's gonna fucking give me recognition. And I left. I was like, all right, guys, I'm gonna go post this video. Today, he posted it on his Instagram. He said,
Let's go.
I need this, and he tags me, and like, you know, like, and that's awesome, dude. That's what I wanted, and I wanted that recognition, you know, like, and it's an amazing feeling, like, just to have your art be recognized by the voice itself, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Yeah, it's
100%.
it's coming full circle, right? Like that's a full circle thing, right? You had the inspiration, you put it out there, and then the person that's behind the inspiration comes out and gives you clout for it. I mean,
yeah, it's amazing.
congratulations on that, man. And you said something important, which I think we need to relate to our listeners, is manifestation. Chad talks about this all the time, and it's something I started doing probably within the last year, which really helped me turn around my look on things. But like, if you want positive results, you need to try to manifest it. If you're going to sit there and say, I can't do it, it's not going to happen. If you say you can do it, you might try 100 times, but eventually you're going to get it. But if you have the mentality that you're not, you already have that pre-built into your mind, and you're going to limit yourself. So I like that you said that. It's like, we got to manifest these things for each other. And I remember you saying that in the space, and I'm really excited for you that he reached out and did that.
But there's
Thank
like
you,
a key thing too that he followed with right after manifesting that I tell a lot of people that they don't do, right? Manifesting, like there's an important part that comes after that you have to do, you know, like he said, he was like, yo, he was manifesting that, but what came after that was like, yo, he went and he worked and he put in that work, edited that video, and he did all the things that he needed to do to get it out there so it could happen. So he took that first step, you know, and that's why I try to
100%.
tell people all day long. Like, yo, a lot of people sit there and daydream all day, and they think it's
All day.
manifesting, you know, and it's always gonna be a daydream if you don't get up and fucking work for it. Yo,
Right.
hard work, man, pays off, you know.
There's a difference between manifestation and manifestation with follow through, is what you're saying. And the follow through
There's a
is
difference between manifestation and daydreaming.
right. Exactly.
Gotta put that work in, man. You can't just say, oh, I'm gonna earn $1 million this year and not have a plan to earn that $1 million. You gotta put
Make it happen.
place to earn $1 million.
Uh-huh.
And you gotta put the work in behind it too.
So yeah, I wanted to get one more question over to SaintVon real quick, and then I wanted to wrap it over to Chad for Banksy's. We'll get a little Banksy talk going, but obviously, you know, we know with the Wedripz collection and with the Banksy collection, there's been all sorts of giveaways, including canvases done by SaintVon himself, physical canvases, some of which have ranged, you know, upwards of $10,000+. You know, a price point like this for art, it can be hard to come across. But I think when you look at the history that SaintVon has, working for people like we said, Travis Barker and Kourtney Kardashian, I feel like you've really kind of acclaimed that level of fame. So just really quick, like, how did you get to that point? Was it really TikTok that excelled you in your art career? Was it like, what really got you to that point of being able to be in front of the celebrities?
It's all stepping stones, you know what I mean? Like, as far as like the price point of the art, I didn't just come out of nowhere and just be like, oh, I want 10 G's for this canvas.
Right.
Like you got to build up. Like my first canvas sold at a hookah lounge for $30. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
Like,
That's
but you got to think about it. That person that bought that piece of art, what are they doing with that piece of art? Did they buy it and they put it under their bed? Nah, they hung it up in their home or their business. Right. Now someone walks in and says, where'd you get that piece of art from? Did you leave a trail back to your social media? Did you leave some kind of outlet where they could find you? Of course, you always leave them with a business card. You always have your name, your logo. You always leave, a source where they could find you. You know what I mean? So that person led to 2 more people. Those led to 4. And it just keeps growing as your price goes up. But along with that, you get, in touch with like celebs and stuff like that. Yeah. So like the first time I ever worked with, like, for instance, like Travis, was at his restaurant in Hollywood. He hit me up on IG and said, yo man, your design is that of a unicorn. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, it's crazy, it's wild, I want to work with you. I was like, okay, cool, let's do it. Like, so I go, like, I dropped everything, I left, I went to Hollywood, met up at his restaurant, we sat down. His daughter was right there, and he's like, oh, my daughter needs a whole fashion line, what can you whip up? Yeah. And I was like, all right, we'll meet up again, give me a day. And he's like, all right, well, we need like 20 designs. I was like, give me a day. So I met up the next day, go back to the restaurant. Sure enough, she's going through the sketchbook. She's like, nope, yes. The rest was yes. And he's like, take it easy. What do you really want? She's like, no, I want these. So we did like some designs for her line and stuff like that. So that kind of gets you in touch with other artists, and like it just builds your portfolio.
Opens the doors.
Yeah, along with your price point too, like you have credentials.
Well, one thing that I want to bring up that we haven't talked about yet is you actually do some artwork on the shipping boxes that you send to your customers, and it's actually gotten you some work. I heard you talk about this, so tell us about that.
Absolutely, yeah. So another thing I do is like when I'm boxing up my painting, I make sure that it's eye-catching because I'll deliver to like the postal service, right? I want people to stop me and be like, yo, what are you an artist? Like, by looking at the box alone, you know that it's art in there getting shipped out. So they ask you, are you an artist? Like, yeah, here's my card. Boom. That card right there is scannable, takes you to my online gallery. That's a customer. You know what I mean? Like, now that person, they buy a piece of art, their relatives are buying a piece of art. You know what I mean? It just keeps spreading and spreading. You just got to put in that work.
And thank you for that, SaintVon. I think that's great. I think that's very inspirational for any artists that are going to watch this, because I think a lot of people think that you have to just start out being successful, or if you don't make something in the first year, you're never going to make it. But I think being an artist, there's a lot of struggle involved, which I believe turns into a lot of inspiration for people's artwork. When your back's up against the wall, you're trying to do something that you're really good at, it's not really picking up, and then all of a sudden one day it picks up. And what people don't understand, just like videos, when you're first starting out, when you start to pick up, everyone wants to see what you did in the past. So I guarantee you that $30 piece of artwork you did, like, 5-10 years down the road, that shit could be worth $1 million plus. And maybe $1 million is FUD right now, right? But I'm just telling you as an example, it's possible. For sure. Someone might want to offer that guy, hey, who bought this shit? Who was SaintVon's first art piece for $30? I'll give you $1 million right now for it. You know what I mean? It just depends on where you go in your art career. And I think that's very inspirational for people starting out. And that's one thing we want to do with this podcast. We want to inspire people. We want people like you on here talking about how you got started. Which, speaking of that, Banksy Society, Chad, I want to go to you and talk to you about this. I mean, you're one of the 3 artists that designed these pieces. You're actually the person that designed the actual outline or layout of the original Banksy, and then it kind of grew from there.
It looked exactly like it looks now. So like,
he developed the Banksy, basically.
Yeah, he developed the core Banksy, and then you had other people develop like all the traits and stuff with you, basically. Yeah. So let's talk about that, man. Like, you launched the Wedripz collection. You have all these artist series collections and stuff you launched. You said you've been working on this Banksy project for a year. From going from Wedripz and the Trust Me vodka and all those different collaborations that you've been doing on, like, what got you to the Banksy? I know you did a lot of market research before you started doing this.
Yeah, so like when I did launch the Wedripz and we launched into that bear, I had a lot of money invested, you know, and I went out and got these collaborations and secured all this stuff, and I brought like a big name to the blockchain, you know. So like SaintVon, like he was still a big deal, like he was blowing up at this time, and then I locked down that collaboration with Trust Me Vodka through the owners, of course, Mark Simo and his brother. They actually Mark Simo is the guy who started No Fear, you know, No Fear clothing.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
No shit.
he has a crazy story too. It's about like
Wow.
he was giving all this stuff for free away, like he was about to go out of business and quit, and freaking one night Ice-T went up and was wearing one No Fear hat, and it got like put in the paper and shit. He said the next day his stuff took
Blew
off,
up.
couldn't stop. He is, dude, freaking Nike tried to buy out No Fear. No Fear was,
Dude, I used to rock No Fear back in the day.
dude,
But back when I used to BMX and shit.
yeah, my dad had No Fear stickers on the back of his truck, the whole nine, bro.
Yep.
Oh, like as soon as he told me the story, I was like, damn, it's crazy. So they went on from there and did like Ethica, partnering with like Spy Optic sunglasses and like some big names, man. So they're fucking branding king. So I look up to these guys, right? Mark, bro, like freaking when he passed over and he started the Trust Me Vodka, they started about art, you know. They wanted to bring art and bring artists to these bottles and stuff. So like there's some huge names on these artist series boxes. This is one of the collections, man. It was a limited collection of 500. It sold out, and it was a hit, man. People loved it, right? Even people that don't know about NFTs bought this box, especially like, oh, there's a story SaintVon will tell you. So when we did the meet and greet with the artist, SaintVon was at the Falls in Los Angeles because Trust Me Vodka got the whole club, the Falls, and it was a meet and greet, and he was signing bottles and doing his thing, and yeah, he told me like there was people waiting outside with like a different company or something.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess he was watching him like from the gate and was like the whole time was
It's
watching him.
kind of creepy, dude.
Yeah,
it was really creepy.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Weird.
Because it's just like a dude just watching you from a distance. Doesn't
Right.
say hi, doesn't say it, doesn't acknowledge anything. Like but just follows me to my car, and he goes,
Interesting.
"Hey, I have a tequila brand." I was like,
He's all opens the trench coat and he's like, I got a tequila company. Yeah.
"Here's my car."
Yeah.
Yeah. That's hilarious, man. But let's so we can move into Banksy's now. Let's talk about you got a new collection out right now. It's funny to even say you got a new collection out right now because it's already almost minted out. So it's like we're sitting at like 85% minted out on this collection. Super dope. It definitely pays homage to your Genesis projects, and it's just incredible to see that you guys have attained. And you said you were going to do this, you know, you told everyone you were going to mint this out. You've had people say, hey, you know, let's shorten the supply, hey, let's make it even cheaper, and you stuck to your guns and you were confident in your art. So I'm curious, like, you know, where do you feel as you sit right now, almost minted out? Like, what's the next step for you on this?
I feel good, man. Like I knew I was gonna mint this shit out, and especially with my community, because like my track record's so good. Like everything I told them I was gonna do, I do. You know,
Right.
It's like when people told me you'll never get a big fucking IRL brand collaboration. I'm like, okay, watch me. Boom, went out, locked that shit in, freaking. And on top of that, I got to freaking promote my boy, right? I gotta put my boy on this shit, so that's something he can put under his belt too. Cause like, yo, that's what we out here doing. We're a support system. But yo, ever since I started this whole thing, I've always been a positive person. I've always been trying to lift people up and like spreading some type of message behind it. So I think a lot of my followers and a lot of my community, they show up to hear what I have to say as well. And they show up because freaking I'm honest and I'm transparent about what's going on, and that I did freaking grind through that bear no matter what happened, still came out of pocket because I believed in the bigger picture. And they watched me freaking being kicked off stages, bro. Influencers telling me you're never gonna fucking be anybody, and being scammed by influencers as well. Like I was young and naive at one point, and at the end of the day, like you can't beat someone that doesn't give up, right?
Right.
Because like how? Like they're not gonna give up. They're gonna keep coming back, and they're gonna freaking try a different way, and they're eventually gonna win, right? So I look at myself like I'm that person, right? I'm that person that never gives up, because I'm gonna get to my goal one way or the other. I don't care how many times I fall. I'm gonna get back up. I'm not gonna do it the same way I failed last time, right? I'm gonna freaking go back to the drawing board, sketch something up real nice, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna attack twice as hard as I did last time, because that's what it takes, you know. Also too is like, I didn't come out here to mint this project with no plan, you know. Like obviously I had a plan, obviously I set things in motion for it to be a nice smooth mint out, you know. Even my community before this, right, when we went over to Crow and we minted out that we stealth minted out that 5,555 collection, which we've given 100% of royalties back to the holders, right? And a little bit of that mint money went to this project, right? But we still gave 30% of this project back to our holders as a reward system for their tiers and their loyalty, you know. And on top of that, like, if they're heavy holders, imagine when they get that 5 ETH injected in the contract on the Crow and the 5 ETH injected on the custom Crow contract for the 500 OGs.
Right.
Like, they're collecting all that freaking, they got all this for free. That just paid for their NFTs right there, right? So
And then some, yeah.
Yeah, and then some, right? And like, too, if this floor goes crazy, like, and we all stay on the fucking same page, dude, there's no way but up, you know? Like, at the end of the day, I'm gonna keep providing utility. I'm gonna keep doing what I say I'm gonna do. And that's why I don't have a fucking roadmap, bro. Like, a roadmap's a fucking disaster. It's just, basically, it's a piece of paper that's gonna let you down, you know? You're gonna fucking give people all this hope, and you don't even know if you can go through with it, you know?
Right.
Unless you got a big ass bank account, because now you're just giving people, yo, if we hit this milestone, we're gonna do this. If we do this, basically you're freaking telling me, yo, if you're a good boy, we're gonna get to go over here. You know what I mean?
Right.
Here, bro. Like, tell me some shit that's gonna happen, bro. I want brass facts. Like I told you, there's an event that's gonna happen. I told you we're gonna do this. I told you I'm gonna give away this much fucking money, this much ETH, and freaking all this freaking art, right? Everyone was like, yeah, I'd like to see you try it. And I remember being in a space and some dude was like, he's like, well, I'd like to see you do all that at that mint price. Because, yeah, it's a lot of liquidity to give back. They're like, what's going to be in the treasury? Bitch, my bank account will be the treasury if it has to be. As it has for the past year.
100%.
That's one thing I like about you, man, is, you know, like, you know, me and Pickles had some, you know, kind of reserves when we first talked about this project, just because of everything we've seen in the last 6 months to a year in the space of struggling projects minted. And you're like, you know what, fuck that, I'm minting this shit. And dude, hats off to you. You've literally made us into believers. It's all about how much time and effort you put into it, because we've done the same thing with Meme NFT. It's been almost 2 years now. We're finally at the knocking at the door to get things listed, but like, we never gave up. Right. Thing, when you look for leaders in a project, they should never give up on what they're doing, and they should always learn from their mistakes and do it better the second time. And a lot of people think that something that fails is a rug or something like that. No, it's not. A failure is another opportunity to learn and grow for the next time. It just depends on the owner.
Right.
It depends on who you are. It depends on if you let that failure define who you are, or if you use that failure to push you to be in a more positive impact the next time you do something, right? So, and I've seen that with you. I've seen that with your attitude. I've seen that with the way you jump into spaces and you're in there all fucking day. Like, you know, I give you a lot of kudos, man. Like, I think you are a really, really good builder. I'm going to say builder instead of project owner or founder, because that's what you're fucking doing right now. You're fucking building.
Nonstop.
Same thing with you, SaintVon. You're a builder, man. Builders stick together. That's the whole reason why we're here on this podcast right now. It's the reason why you guys are here on our first episode, is because we wanted to highlight some real individuals in the space, because that's what we're trying to do with Meme NFT. You know, fuck a big corporate marketplace that doesn't care about all the artists in the space. Like, you know, at Meme NFT, we care about you guys. We care about this project. We care about everything you guys are doing, and we're going to show you guys that. And that's why we fucks with you guys.
Right.
Straight up.
That's literally why I fuck with you guys, because I watched you guys build, like, at the same time I was going, you know? Like, you guys, I remember coming in the space, you guys were a little bit bigger and more popular than me, you know? And I used to try to come up and talk, and I would hang out. And I'd hang out with you guys mostly when it wasn't like the big spaces or the big minting spaces, and we would talk and we would hang out. I would let you guys know what was going on with my project, because I didn't want to come over there and, like, while you guys were minting with these other projects and shit, like, be trying to chill and stuff, because, like, it's not my style. I don't try to freaking go over and block other people's shine, you know, like when they're minting, and then try to go up and be like, you know, do some free giveaways in my project while you're up there, bro. So, you know, because you know your intentions, bro. You know, when you DM'd me or you hang out with me for like freaking 2 weeks and you're pulling up all my spaces, showing all this love, and then boom, you hit me with that question, you know, like, I feel like where was you like before? Like, why didn't you ask me this a long time ago? How come I met you before? Like, and now you need a favor from me. Like, go out there and work for that shit, bro. Go out there and make these people believers, bro, by your damn self, just like I did. You know, that's how you gotta go do it. I feel like I don't like giving shit away for free on a Twitter picker, bro, because there's no work involved. Like, retweet, tag 3 people, bro.
Right.
It's crazy. And I'm not giving it to bots. If you freaking come up and you pull up on stage and stuff and you're asking for a giveaway because you sat and you sit and listen for 6 hours, I'm just gonna be like, wow, good job, bro. Thank you for paying attention, you know. But like, yo, that's not how we do things around here, because I believe you got to work for something, you know. If you ain't gonna work for it, you don't deserve it, you know. And
Like,
if you don't work for it, you're not gonna value it, you know. It's like,
yeah, it's like a form of sweat equity, but for the community. You know what I mean? Like, you put the time and effort into helping this project, and you're gonna give back. And I've seen that on Spaces. You give back to people. You'll have a bunch of retweets and stuff. You're like, nah, these are the only people actually doing something.
Right.
They're the ones who are gonna get something.
Yep.
And I really respect that, because that actually takes more effort from a project owner to go through and see who's doing what. Because anybody could do a Twitter picker, like you were saying, and just reward somebody that tagged people and all that stuff. It takes all of the work out of it, but you actually sit there, take the time, go through it, and so no, these people are actually putting in the time or effort. These are the people I want to reward.
Right.
And you've actually recruited a lot of people to do that. Like, think about Banksy's, man. Like, 10K collection, where I'm looking right now, we're 86% minted out after a couple of weeks.
Wow.
And it's been steady minting every single day.
Wow.
There's been hundreds of mints, if not 1,000 mints a day, happening all the time. And people in the community are running spaces, right? Outside of the scheduled Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday spaces. You got people.
There's one running right now.
T.O. Let's shout out some team members real quick. T.O., C-Stacks, they're constantly running in spaces. You got me and Pickles helping you guys out. You've got Edgar and Tonko, the other 2 artists. Those guys are they put in so much time and effort with you. And the artwork as well. Shout out to you, Chad, on the artwork side, and then the actual running the business operations. And one thing I wanted to bring up was the artwork that you bought from SaintVon out of your own money to give away for the project. Like, we haven't even touched on that either. And something that you said to me always stuck too is like, you didn't even call him up and like try to get a discount or say, hey, bring these. Like, nah, you bought his paintings on the website like a regular customer would, because you believe that empowering your friends and treating them that way is going to make them more successful. And that's something, when I heard you say that, man, that fucking hit me deep. I was like, this motherfucker's a real homie right now. He's not trying to just get a discount. I'm like, he really, if he really fucks with you, he's going to pay full price for it. And he's going to say, you're worth it and you deserve it. So I give you shout out to that, Chad.
That's
for real.
loyalty.
but I should get a discount because freaking
Yeah, for sure. But you do that afterwards. He just gives you the discount later.
And I was like, nah, fuck that. You ain't getting no
I'm
discount.
gonna bring the refund, like the rewards back card. I'm gonna be like, bro,
Yeah, hell yeah. Revert the payment on PayPal.
And let's talk about that real quick too. It's because it's a gift that keeps on giving, right? You're still gonna commission SaintVon to do things for you in the past. If anybody needs something NFT related, he's gonna refer them to you. I mean, like, that's what friends do in business. We make sure that everybody eats at the table, and that's something that you've been talked about a lot. Something that we talk about a lot. Me and Pickles and Meme NFT, we're such giving people. Like, we want to reward the people that have been there since the beginning. We want to reward the people that have been champion for us from day one, because those are the people that make this whole thing work.
Yeah.
A lot of people forget about that, man. A lot of people will step on people to get to where they go. And that's just not us. That's not you guys. We don't step on people. We like to elevate people. Man, this has been a hell of a first episode, everybody. This is Undigested, Fullyvoxxed, Fully Pickled. We got Chad DeMarco. We got SaintVon up in here. I want to just thank you guys for coming on here and spending this time with us. You know, time is our most precious commodity, and you guys took this time to do this interview with us. So I appreciate you. I want to do some closing statements here. If you guys want to shout out anybody, you guys want to tell us your Twitters, your Instagrams, your TikToks, all those things, we'll cut it in at the end. But please, both of you, like, you know, give us a closing statement of anything you want to say to the people.
Man, I just want to share this because a lot of people, I get asked every day almost, is like, how do you get your videos to get seen, or how do you get your art to get out there and be seen, and how do you get a business to the next level? Just all those questions come in my DMs all the time, even in person. What I tell them is, like what Chad was saying, you just gotta, you know, be motivated, obviously, and keep going. All right, but that's just the basics. This is how I see it. You guys ever been to that carnival, like a carnivore affair, and you see those bottles? You know what I'm talking about? That there's like
Right, where you throw the
bottles.
ring.
and they
Yeah.
give you a basket of rings.
Yeah.
Just picture your life like that, dude, and your goals. All those bottles are viral potential content, right?
Right.
Those are my videos that can go viral possibly.
Yeah.
I have rings. Those are my videos that I could post any time of the day, and I could just keep posting, keep working.
Yeah,
working.
one's gonna fucking hit.
One of them's gonna hit.
Yeah.
If you
Right,
keep going,
for sure.
right?
Yo,
Think-
I got the analogy as soon as you told me.
Yeah, it's great.
Boom. Yeah.
with anything though, with anything like
Yeah.
you want to be successful. All right, just keep throwing them. One of them's
Yeah.
gonna land. But what happens? People just they fucking just,
Yeah, they give
They
up.
throw 3 and they give up. Yeah.
And two is like he even told me, man, he was like, yo, go post on TikTok, chat. And I did what he said, freaking for like 1 week, bro. My fucking TikTok blew up.
Okay.
And I had too much going on that I couldn't do it. And then two, like when I make those TikToks, they take fucking long, bro.
yeah, it does take a long time.
Yeah.
But it's just like anything. Like you can just keep going and going.
Well, one thing I want to point out too is like, you know, you throw the rings and one of them hits, right? Well, you still got this basket full of these rings. And you can recollect those rings and you put them in the basket. And guess what? When one of those hits, people will go back and check out the other ones, and then those can go viral after the fact. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. It's okay if you got 10 views today. If your one video gets 1 million views tomorrow, they're going to go back and they're going to check out your other videos. That thing might also hit 1 million views. So it's really important to keep your content active, even if it's, you know, a year old. Somebody might enjoy it later because we're all just waiting to be found on social media. When somebody finds it, they're going to want to see where you started.
Right.
Exactly.
Let's go.
If you guys want to catch up with SaintVon, if you want to see what he's got going on, you want to check out his shop, check out his art, check out his merch, you can do so by clicking the links down below. Check him out on social media at Mr. SaintVon. And then we will go ahead and do a closing statement.
I want to talk about like limitations, you know, like how people set limitations and they set limitations on themselves, and like they're so used to that negative energy, like being like put on, or like, okay, so they're just so used to like the negativity, like they surround themselves with negative people that tell them that's impossible, you can't do that, you'll never do that, you know. And like it happens so often that like they believe that, and they're like, okay, it is impossible, like I'm never gonna be that. So then they settle, you know. And I've almost settled like in my life, and like I'm so glad I fucking didn't, because I woke up the next day, I'm like, fuck that, that's not gonna happen. I know what I'm capable of, and fucking I went out there and fucking worked for it. And like as I worked and I progressed in life, like fucking I understood that all these things that people told me were impossible were possible, you know. Like you can do that. Like well, what is this you can't do? Like, nah, it's obvious, I just did that. So like you can do that. So I believe that maybe this other stuff that you're telling me I can't do, or that's impossible, is probably possible, and I can do it. I just have to figure it out, you know.
Yep.
So like people are always trying to like put people down and like put limitations on them. And like, yo, it's because they're suffering, they've been put down, they put limitations on themselves, you know. And it's not healthy, bro. It's not healthy at all. That's why like I cut all those types of people out of my life. You can ask SaintVon. Like I don't hang out with nobody that's originally where I'm from, you know, like nobody, maybe 2 people, and some people I barely even talk to.
Same.
But yo, like that's the first step right there, cutting that negativity out of your life. Them fucking naysayers, the haters, man, the ones that freaking are viruses in your life, bro. You got to cut those people loose, and you got to believe in yourself. And like the first thing you need to fucking do is like take that first step, you know, like whatever you can do to get out of that situation. If you're stuck, you live with this person that's putting you down, that's fucking hurting you, breaking you, because negativity slows progress, man. Negative people, they slow your fucking progress. So whatever step you have to take to get out of that situation, that's the first step you should fucking take, you know. And yeah, that's why I surround myself by the people I do, like people that are positive, that spread that good energy, because yo, it's a vibe, bro. You get around a bunch of people that are high off good energy and shit, like yo, it feels your fucking fire, and you start rocking, like it'll change your life, bro. So that's the first man.
One thing you reminded me of right now, because you know what we're doing in NFTs is also kind of salesmanship in a sense, right? On certain things, we're selling products and things like that. One thing I learned that made me a very good salesman back in the day was you never sell something with your own wallet. And what that means is is you don't know what that person is willing to buy on the other side. So don't limit their buying experience by making a decision based on what you would buy, because you might buy something for $20.
Right.
They might buy something for $20,000. So don't limit their experience based on what you would buy. Treat them as if you have no idea what they're willing to spend
100%.
and just take them on an experience. And I guarantee you at the end of that, they're going to buy the right product they need. And it doesn't matter how much it costs them, right? So never sell with your own wallet. Never listen to negative fucking people that are telling you can't do something, because odds are those people can't do it themselves, and they don't want you to win. They want you to be as miserable as they are, instead of you succeeding and being above them. So thank you for that. Hey, by the way, if you guys want to check out Chad DeMarco and what he's doing, click on the links below. We've got at Wedripz on Twitter. That's where you can find him, and we'll put another couple links down there. But guys, I want to really say thank you for joining us today on this first episode. I know we had like a little bumps in the road and with the technical things, but we got it all figured out. Here we are. And I'm very thankful and grateful that you guys made the time for us.
Yep.
No doubt, bro. It was a good experience. It's dope.
Yeah, it was nice, man. It was pretty fucking dope, bro. Yeah, no, like we weren't like we didn't have no difficulties. We actually had it all figured out. We just weren't ready.
We can. That's been the first episode of Undigested. It's a podcast about nothing. Please feel free to tune into our Twitter at MemeNFTOfficial. You'll see that right up here. Check out the next episode coming up. We got a couple special guests. We got Keith Berry, the KO Kid. We got some other fun guests just outside of the crypto realm. So remember, it's a podcast about nothing, which is also a podcast about everything. Meme NFT launching any minute. That is a beautiful canvas, by the way.
Thank you, guys.
And thanks, you guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Shout out to Meme NFT. Shout out to the Banksy Society. Shout out to the Grandma Abe Spa Club. Shout out to SaintVon, Chad DeMarco, Fully Pickled, Fullyvoxxed. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you. And I hope you have a great fucking week.